It was late afternoon, the golden light filtering through the tall windows of the community hall, casting long shadows across the polished floor. I was standing near the edge of the stage, hands clammy, my chest tight, trying not to let my nerves show. My sister Marissa was already there, arms crossed, her eyes gleaming with that familiar mix of smugness and challenge. "You really think you belong here?" she hissed, leaning in close so no one else could hear. I froze, my stomach dropping, and for a second I almost believed her. But then I remembered why I was here. Years of hard work, late nights, and every small victory stacked up to this moment. A hush fell over the crowd as the organizer cleared their throat. I could hear the faint rustle of programs, the whisper of the janitor adjusting a chair in the back. My palms itched, my heart pounding, yet somewhere in the chaos of my fear, a spark of determination flickered. This wasn't just any community event. It was the local youth leadership recognition ceremony. People I'd grown up watching, mentors, teachers, even neighbors, were here. And Marissa, as usual, had the uncanny ability to make everything about her. I'd always lived in her shadow. She was charismatic, effortlessly funny, and yes, maybe a little ruthless when it came to attention. But this year, I had done something she couldn't fake. I'd actually led a project that impacted dozens of kids in our neighborhood, teaching them coding, teamwork, and confidence. I had emails, photos, even testimonials, proof she couldn't just laugh away. Yet here I was, heart-hammering, trying to convince myself that what I'd achieved mattered. I glanced at the audience, Mr. Linton, my old math teacher, smiling proudly, Mrs. Kim, who had doubted me at first, now leaning forward in anticipation, and some random kids from the local library program waving timidly. I felt the weight of every moment I'd spent preparing for this. The sleepless nights, the awkward pitches, the rejection letters, all leading here. And Marissa, standing there like she owned the stage already, whispered again, "You think you're better than me?" I tried to laugh it off, brushing her words aside. "I'm just nervous," I muttered. But inside, the old pattern of self-doubt surged. What if she was right? What if everyone here thought I was out of my depth? The crowd started clapping politely for the previous speaker. I could feel the sweat prickling at my hairline, the stiffness in my shoulders. Every movement she made seemed calculated. The tilt of her head, the smirk curling on her lips, like she was daring me to fail. And then came my name. My stomach dropped. All the rehearsed confidence evaporated. I walked to the stage, each step echoing in the hall, my shoes clicking against the polished wood. I could feel Marissa's gaze burning into my back, the heat of competition, jealousy, and maybe even hatred radiating toward me. I took the microphone, the cool metal grounding my shaking hands. I could hear my own voice tremble slightly as I began recounting my project. The kids we'd taught, the improvements we'd seen, the challenges we'd overcome. The audience leaned in. Some nodded, others whispered to each other. My words, carefully crafted, started to find their rhythm. And then, mid-story, I saw it. Marissa's expression shifting. The smirk faltered, a flicker of uncertainty flashing across her face. She wasn't expecting this. The moment came when I shared a particularly touching success. One student, shy and withdrawn, had delivered a full presentation in front of the local council because of our mentorship. I showed the video clip on the projector. The room hushed as the child spoke, articulate, confident, eyes shining, and then something extraordinary happened. The audience started clapping, soft at first, then louder, until it became a standing ovation. I froze, my eyes wide, heart swelling. And from the corner of the stage, Marissa. She opened her mouth, but no words came. The sound of her disbelief filled my ears more than the clapping ever could. For the first time, she couldn't overshadow me. Her jealousy, her whispered sneers, all dissolved under the undeniable truth. I had earned this recognition. The crowd's applause wasn't just polite, and it was validation. My voice cracked, but I continued, tears threatening to spill. My sister's eyes now locked on me with a mixture of awe and something else. Respect, maybe. I stepped down from the stage, overwhelmed but triumphant. People I hadn't spoken to in years came to shake my hand, pat me on the back. Marissa approached me, and for a moment I tensed, expecting a sneer. Instead, she looked me in the eyes, her voice quieter, less certain. "I didn't know you'd—" She trailed off. I smiled faintly, feeling the tension between us finally ease. "It's okay," I said. "You'll see. There's enough light for both of us. The crowd's clapping lingered, echoing in the hall as I realized something profound. Victory wasn't about humiliating her or proving myself in a petty fight. It was about standing tall, letting my work speak, and finally claiming the recognition I deserved. As we left, side by side yet changed, I knew this was the beginning of a new chapter. Marissa would still challenge me. She was my sister, after all. But now she'd have to meet me on equal ground, and for the first time in years, I felt seen. Not just by the crowd, not just by my sister, but by myself.